Yo, what's up, chefs? It's Vinny. Those of you that know me know that I do not like to waste anyone's time, so we're gonna hop straight into it. Do you want to be able to one-shot the entire screen, but you don't want to have to spend upwards of 100 plus exalts or even a divine orb on a ring with poopy stats to be able to do it? Well, don't worry, I'm gonna show you how to do it basically for free. All you need to get beforehand is a semi-decent weapon for whatever level of content you're currently on. So, chances are you already have a semi-decent weapon. But if you're just getting into the end game, you can easily get one for 1 to 2 exalted orbs and you will be more than good to go. The gameplay you're seeing right now is from my 0 to hero character with no handed down currency or items. So my whole setup is like 15 to 20 exalted orbs, and I'm doing this on juiced up T10 maps, no problem. Enough yapping though, let me get in game and show you exactly how to set it up. Alrighty, here we are in game. As you can see, I'm wearing no uniques whatsoever, but particularly on the rings. Most of the gear I'm wearing is actually what I was still wearing at the end of the campaign, but here we are in some T8 to T10 maps, absolutely annihilating everything on screen. With that being said, here is the key to how you're going to get this rolling. You are going to need Herald of Ice and Herald of Thunder, and you're going to need to infuse them in the opposite fashion. What do I mean by that? Herald of Ice, grab yourself Lightning Infusion. Herald of Thunder, grab yourself Cold Infusion. You can make this more effective if you run a passive skill setup that is at least focusing on Lightning and Cold. I just made an extremely in-depth and detailed build guide on my channel. It's the most recent video. If you want to see this whole passive tree, all the skills, it'll take you from level 1 all the way into the end game. You'll be blasting through maps, having a really good time. I highly recommend you go check it out because I'm not going to go through the whole passive skill tree here. But I will just say the only thing that's different about this tree and what I show in the guide is I'm not taking Harness the Elements, and instead I'm running like some extra crit nodes and some crit nodes, frost nodes, and I'm working towards this crit node right now. But I am then going to go back for Harness the Elements. So it's basically the exact same as the build guide. Definitely go check it out. Here's my Ascendancy. I'm going for defensive stuff primarily, and then I've just got I Am the Thunder. And the other skill gems or support gems I've got on my heralds is Magnified Effect and Innervate, and then I've got Long Shot and Glaciation. So Long Shot's going to help for like the screen wide effect. As it goes further out, it's going to do more damage, which is helpful. But just to give like a little understanding of how this works, essentially what's happening here is your heralds are proccing off of each other, and it creates this chain effect. So you're going to shatter an enemy, do explosive cold damage. That's going to then shock enemies because it's actually doing a lot of lightning damage. As you can see, it's mostly doing lightning damage. It's going to shock enemies. That's going to proc your Innervate. Then Herald of Thunder, because the enemies are shocked, is going to proc. That's going to do a lot of damage. And it's going to do a lot of cold damage, and it's freezing them because you have Glaciation. That's going to proc your Herald of Ice. Then it's going to proc your Herald of Thunder. And you can see what's going on. It's going to chain back and forth, create this massive screen-wide explosion. You do not need the unique ring, I promise you. And in fact, I've got a breach right here. I will leave my inventory open so you can see that there's no funny business. I'm not like doing some weird transition, throwing on the ring for clickbait. Let's just get it started. It's going to be a little bit worse at first. Let me get my charge staff going. And now we're just blasting. Everything is just going to start vaporizing. Let me throw the inventory off for a second. Let me group some mobs up. Throw the inventory back up. Boom. Alright, I'm assuming you guys trust me at this point. I'm just going to leave the inventory down. Oh my goodness, we have another breach. Okay, this is about to get wicked, fellas. And yeah, I mean, you can see why this build is pretty fun. Like I said, I'm literally running this off like 15 to 20 exalts, and everything just explodes. I wouldn't be surprised if this potentially gets nerfed, But with that being said, I don't think it's going to get nerfed as fast as the Pulsar Kiln ring or whatever, the unique ring that does a similar effect. Because I actually think this is a bit more hidden. I don't think nearly as many people know about it. And yeah, I mean, it's just disgusting. Like, I don't even have to go melee. I can literally just use my charge staff and proc the effect. And assuming this breach is almost done, we probably already made like 5 exalts at least worth of stuff from these 2 breaches. Pretty much paid for the build. And there you go. There you have it. I don't think there's anything else I really need to mention. You guys have seen my skill tree. You've seen my gear. Just throw up my inventory one more time. You can see no funny business, no uniques. I'll just throw my passive skill tree up on screen one more time. Feel free to take a screenshot if you want. But like I said, I highly recommend you go check out the guide I just put out. It is, as I say at the beginning of the guide, it is going to be the most detailed and easy to follow guide you've ever seen. I bet my left testicle on it, so go check it out. Other than that, Happy New Year's, have fun blasting. And last but not least, take it easy, chefs.